Hey everybody, welcome back to the Peter Walsh Show podcast. It's Friday. Oh, we love it now. Listen guys, if you're new to the podcast, just quickly give you the update. So I do 3 podcasts a week. Mondays and Tuesdays and Fridays. Mondays I talk strictly Formula 1. Tuesdays is relationships, dating, general chit chat. And then on Fridays, it can be a mix. So, as many of you know, I do talk about Formula 1. So on a Friday, I can talk about 2 things. Either Formula 1, because there's a race on that weekend, and I do a Formula 1 preview. Also, I'll have a separate short podcast on movie of the week. Okay, so just to kind of anybody that's not really into Formula 1, but you're looking for a good chill out movie for that weekend. And then we then switch it around. So if there's no Formula 1 on Mondays, I still talk about Formula 1. On Tuesdays, it's relationship, dating, and general chit-chat. And then on Fridays, I'll give you 3 movies of the week. So no matter what week, there's going to be movie chat. And then extra, if it's a Formula 1 weekend, we talk about that. So, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. Now, ladies and gents, welcome back. And this is for both ladies and men here, because we're hitting the brakes and switching gears on. There's no Formula 1 on this weekend. We're diving into the world of must-watch movies. I've got 3 great ones for you here, lads, today. And trust me, these are fantastic. Whether you're a guy or girl, these films are for everyone. And we're touching on the human side of the story. Yes, I know we've got 2 war movies, but don't let that scare you off. And believe me, when I say this, every woman I know loves these 2 war movies that I'm about to talk about, because it's not about blood and guts. You've got to watch them. And then just to keep things spicy, we got Snatch. And who doesn't love a bit of hilarious chaos? So sit back, relax, and let's get into these movies that you can't miss for 1 second. Peter. All right, ladies and gents, and I'm speaking to ladies here. We are recommending a movie that is war-based. And yeah, some of you ladies might be, oh, here we go. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. This movie is for everyone, man and woman. It is unreal. 1917. If you have not seen this, you are missing out, lads. This isn't your average war movie. It's not blood, guts, the mindless combat. 1917 is a masterpiece. It really, truly is. It's about the human experience in the most brutal of settings, and about courage, sacrifice. You know, it might sound corny, but and the heart-wrenching lengths people will go for the sake of others. And I promise you, whether you're a man or woman, after watching this film, you'll walk away with an entirely new perspective on what it means to survive and the cost of war as best as we can without being actually in the firing line, you know? And here's the thing. While war movies are, you know, most of the time, they're about violence and the gore of it, right? The heroes on the front line. 1917, it takes a different approach. It's about glorifying the chaos. It's about how it feels, the tension, the anxiety, the emotion that comes with the grief and sacrifice of war. And trust me, it's not just men who will appreciate this movie. This speaks to everyone. Let's be clear, this movie isn't a typical war movie, okay? So right away you're wondering, well, why should I care about this movie, right? I get it. Now, let's start with the conflict. The story follows 2 British soldiers during World War I. And they are tasked with delivering a message to prevent a deadly attack on hundreds, even thousands of soldiers in the long run. And one of them, Blake, is motivated by his brother being on the front lines. And the other, Schaefer, is simply just doing his duty. And here's where it gets intense. These 2 lads, they're on a race against time and navigating the treacherous landscape of war-torn France with only the fate of 1,000 soldiers in their hands. And the stakes are high. The focus here is on humanity and individual experience, what it means to make a sacrifice. And while it might seem like a war movie with men thick in the battle of it, it's more than that. This is a film about how vulnerable humans are in the face of such insanity. You know, the mental toll, the emotional stakes involved in a mission like this. And the two lads, they're ordinary lads. You know, they're not superheroes. That's what makes them so relatable to a lot of us. And they're facing something far greater than themselves. The weight of the world is on these guys' shoulders. And it's so well done. You can't help but feel for them every step of the way. Now, 1917, it's directed by Sam Mendes, the genius, true genius behind Skyfall, American Beauty. And this film, shows off his absolutely genius vision and brilliance. It's incredible. The most striking part of this, it's its unique style. It's shot to appear like a single continuous take. And yes, you heard it right. And he pulls it off. The entire film looks like it's one long, unbroken shot, which pulls you in. It really does. It immerses you in the action and leaves you breathless from start to finish. Now, why the film is so important for both men and women. For men, yes, you got the adrenaline, a bit of intensity of a bit of a battle, and the raw emotion of war. But for women, this provides something different. It shows that war is never just about the battle. It's about the humanity that's left in its wake, the relationships, the personal losses, the mental strain, and, you know, Blake's personal motivation, his desire to protect his brother, adds a deeply emotional layer, you know, that connects to someone universally human. And it's not about the violence. It's about protecting those you love. And that, my friends, resonates with anyone regardless of gender. And you can completely get on board and understand why these guys go on this mission and why they're so fired up. As the film progresses, the tension does build. I mean, the soldiers move through no man's land, through destroying villages, and I'm telling you, lads, past the aftermath of the horrors of war, every step they take, it's a reminder how fragile lives are. They're moving through hell. You can feel it with every breath. There's a claustrophobic feeling to the film, almost, if that makes sense, as if you're in the trenches with them, witnessing every near-death experience, every tiny mistake, every painful decision, and even the score to this movie. It's got even just that. It's like a very subtle, quiet, claustrophobic element to it. And what's brilliant about this film, it's not just about surviving the battlefield. It's about surviving the mental strain, the loneliness, the sense of hopelessness. There are moments of deep silence, broken only by the sounds of the environment, and the intense score that will grip you by the chest, man. I'm telling you. And you don't need massive explosions to feel the weight of the situation. It's the little things that hit you the hardest, the soft, quiet moments when you realize just how human these guys are and how fragile life can be in the middle of it all. And when it all comes to a head, lads, you'll realize how powerful this really is. 1917, it's not about victory. It's about sacrifice and the human connection. And it's about what's doing something right. Even when the world is falling all around you, the climax of this film is heartbreaking. It's hopeful. A moment where you think everything is lost, and then a shift, a glimmer of human strength, human determination. There's a moment where you think things are about to go wrong, but instead there's a profound understanding of bravery and endurance in the face of absolute adversity. So why should everyone, men and women alike, watch 1917? It's simple. This film isn't about glorifying violence. It's about the human side of war. It's about facing fear, loss, doubt, finding a way to push forward despite it all. It's emotional, breathtakingly beautiful, and a true testament to cinematic brilliance. The performances, just brilliant. And for women, into a glimpse of the emotional toll of war, the cost of loss, the courage to push through. For men, it's the raw adrenaline, the heart-stopping action, and the beauty of fighting for something greater than yourself. And 1917, man, oh God, here I go again. It's for anyone that values the human spirit. You'll never regret watching this. I even went with my girly friend to the cinema to watch this movie. She thought it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And whether you're looking for a war movie that's different from the rest or want to see something that's beautifully emotional, this is a must watch. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me very carefully. If there's one movie you watch before you die, let it be Oppenheimer. Now, I'm speaking on behalf for all women out there, for all men out there. Now, I know I've said this quite a lot about, you need to see this movie, you need to see this movie. This is, for me, without a shadow of a doubt, this is my favorite movie of all time, Oppenheimer. I'm not saying it should be yours, but it's so good, lads. I've seen The Godfather, I've seen Forrest Gump, I've seen The Fugitive, Gladiator, I've seen so many. It's a piece of living, breathing, nuclear-charged art. And you might be thinking, Peter, it's a 3-hour epic, but a man building a bomb. It does sound a bit heavy. No, shut that down right now. Because it's not a history lesson. It's cinema hitting you square in the chest. And trust me, whether you're a man or a woman, action junkie, history nerd, if you've watched TikTok clips of people falling off skateboards, you need to see this film. Okay, let's deal with the obvious. A 3-hour-long movie. Some people, I've no doubt, and it's understandable. Oh my God, 3 hours? But I'm telling you, lads, it feels like 4 seconds. I mean, the thing just flies by. So, you scroll through reels for 3 hours every day without blinking. Most people. You'd happily watch 6 episodes of some nonsense series about disasters or real estate agents crying over countertops. But suddenly, when it's a masterpiece of cinema, people get tired. Don't do this to yourselves. I'm literally saying, don't do it to yourself by not watching this movie. And it's just about the bomb, right? Wrong again. Oppenheimer is about ambition. It's about power. It's about fear. It's about a man who became God for a moment and hated himself when he got there. It's about what happens when genius collides with responsibility. And let me tell you, lads, this is a story as old time. And let's be real. The bomb part, yeah, that's kind of the cherry on top. All right. But this is about people, flawed, brilliant, dangerous people. And it's all a true story. And men who think that they can conquer the universe, and women who are smarter than all of them. Right, let's go a layer deeper. You've got Oppenheimer, the man himself, played by the brilliant Cillian Murphy, and he won the Oscar, if you didn't know, for this movie, by the way. He's that good in it. He's amazing. Now, he's the father of the atomic bomb, okay? But really, he's the father of consequence. What Christopher Nolan does with the story is absolute, sorcery, man. He takes a man who's worshipped, in hated in equal measure, and he shows you every inch of him and his brilliance, his arrogance, his fear, his guilt. And Cillian Murphy, this man, he got pretty much all the awards for this, and quite deservedly. Empty the whole trophy cabinet, lads. He doesn't just play Oppenheimer, he becomes the guy. And that's exactly what, an amazing actor should do. You see the torment in his eyes. You feel the weight of every decision. You watch a man carry the entire future of humanity on his back while puffing on cigarettes like they're keeping him alive. And the supporting cast? Robert Downey Jr., Emily Blunt. The people on screen for 5 minutes alone are just world class. Downey Jr. is a performance that will make you forget he was ever Iron Man. Really, it was unreal. And guess what? He won the Oscar for this as well. And then there's the way Nolan tells the story, lads. It's not some boring chronological Wikipedia summary. No. Nolan takes this narrative, it lights the fuse, and watches it explode all over the screen. The pacing is relentless. The editing is surgical. The score, oh man. The score feels like the sound of the universe, cracking open or something. It's unreal. And you're on the edge of your seat for 3 hours straight. I'm telling you. And, I dare anybody to challenge me on that. And hey, if you can, fine. But I just can't see it happening. And there isn't even a single car chase. Think about that. No cheap action tricks, just dialogue, tension, politics, power struggles, and yet it's more gripping than any blockbuster out there. And the bomb test scene? Oh man, no spoilers, but when it happens, oh lads, it's spine tingling. I mean, I promise you, you'll hold your breath. And for a second, you'll understand what it actually feels like to be a god and a monster at the same time, as much as we can, like. And in many ways, Oppenheimer isn't just a film, it's a reflection on us. Now, it forces you to ask, what would you do with that kind of power? Could you live with yourself? Could you sleep at night knowing you could change the course of history here? And you see, lads, that's what makes this a film essential. It's not about the past. It's about humans in general. It's about now, present day. I mean, I think we've all can probably relate to some a-hole boss that is on such a power trip. They don't care, and they just bully you. They torment you. Because they've got power. But what if you had the power? Would you be the a-hole? Would you be the nice boss, but respectful, but firm? It's amazing the way people can change, and it's amazing what people can do, and what they really show and expose themselves for when they do get power. You know what I mean? I'm sure we can all relate to this on some degree, which and that's what I'm saying to you guys, is that it's relatable. We know someone who's got that power, and you just can't bear being around them. So this is very much what it's like. And, what's genius is how Nolan doesn't show you Oppenheimer's victory. He shows the damnation, and he shows you the price of brilliance. Really. You walk out of the cinema if you saw it there, entertained, yes. But even at home, lads, it's amazing. You're haunted. You feel the weight. And this is the age of fast food entertainment. That's priceless. Let's not pretend here. This is a film that kind of makes you feel smart. Go ahead, watch it. Casually drop quotes at dinner parties like, now I'm becoming death, the destroyer of worlds. It's one of the sayings. You look like the most cultured person in the room, maybe, or maybe not. But let me say it loud and clear as much as I can. Oppenheimer is a masterpiece. It's my favorite film of all time. No question. No question. It's a towering achievement of storytelling, acting, directing, and sheer cinematic craft. I don't care if you've never watched an F1 race, a movie in your life. This film will grab you. And it'll grab you by the collar, pull you into that screen, and not let you go until you face the very essence of human nature. And if you're one of those people that says, well, I'll wait till it's streaming, well, you can download now, but you're waiting for it to be live on TV when they've got commercial breaks and all that bollocks. Forget that. What a waste of time. You're doing an injustice to yourself if you watch Oppenheimer when there's commercial breaks. If you've got it streaming, get it done. If you've got it on Netflix, get it done. If you've got it anywhere else, get it done. Go buy the DVD. You will not regret it. And if you're one of those people that says, I don't know, Peter, fine. Okay, fine. You win. Oppenheimer is an experience. It's a wake-up call. And it'll stay for you for a long time. And if you still think I'm exaggerating, watch it. Come back to me. And you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Well, lads, if you haven't seen the movie Snatch, what have you been doing all your life? I mean, seriously, I don't care if you're a man, woman, if you're 9, if you're 90. This movie is so brilliant. I even watched this in LA with a few of my American friends, and they were on the floor in pain laughing because of the accents. And I get it, even though I'm Irish, like, I can see the funny side of this, sort of looking for an American looking in on it, right? It's brilliant. And, it's a roller coaster of insanity, hilarious one-liners, and characters you won't forget. I mean, it's got everything. Fast-paced action, crazy dialogue, and a cast that it's just on fire, man. Everyone is perfectly cast for this movie. But the real reason why I want to watch Snatch is Brad Pitt, man. I mean, if you haven't seen him in this, I don't even know what to tell you. The man should have been nominated for an Oscar. Hell, he should have won it for just the accent alone. I'm not exaggerating. Like, the Irish accent, he nails it. It's so good. It'll make you want to buy a pint at the pub to just hear him talk. And the performance, it's really good. And it's wrapped in one of the funniest, most quotable movies you will ever see. Let's get into the real deal here. I mean, guys, I'm trying to talk because every time I'm thinking back of the movie and I'm just laughing. I'm trying to get through this being serious. Like, this isn't just a regular comedy. Snatch is a crime thriller per se, wrapped up in ridiculous humor. We've got a diamond heist, a bare-knuckling brawler, and a bunch of shady characters all trying to outwit each other at the same time. And you've got characters who speak in the thickest of accents. Even me being Irish, I'm like, oh, what did he say again? But you can tell what he's getting at with body language and stuff. And you can barely understand them. The movie will never stop throwing you curveballs. And chaos is kind of the theme here. Like, and no matter how much you try to predict what's going to happen in Snatch, it keeps you guessing and laughing your ass off in the process. And now, for some of you, that's the appeal. If you're not used to the British humor, and by the way, I'm not a fan of British humor in general. The only things really is Ricky Gervais and Snatch, right? So if you're not a fan of British humor, maybe that's a point to take on board here. I would steer clear most of the time. But yeah, I mean, the sharp edge wit, if you're in for a bit of a shock. It's like watching a train wreck, but you can't look away because it's just so funny. And the characters come out with the dumbest comments, man. It'll just make you laugh. And then you got, Boris the Bullet Dodger in there too. I mean, you're just like, why? And so you can't believe anyone would say this stuff in real life. And it's pure comedy gold. All right, so here's the backstory for anybody that's been living under a rock. Snatch was directed by Guy Ritchie. Brilliant director. The mastermind behind Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, right? He's done some classics. And if you've seen that, then you know Ritchie has a style of his own, which is the very charming thing about it. And Snatch, it follows a mishmash of characters, each one involved in a plot to steal this diamond. And while also trying to deal with their own mess. And there's the bare-knuckle boxing champion, Brad Pitt, a sleazy gangster, and a bunch of idiot dumbasses, that's the only word, who think they can pull off a big score. But every plan is just doomed, man, from the start. And then you've got the whole Brad Pitt situation. He plays Mickey O'Neill, an Irish traveller boxer with an accent so thick, it's like he's chewing on bricks. I mean, it's impossible to understand him. It's comedy gold. You're laughing out because of the dialogue. Not just because of the dialogue, sorry. It's because Pitt somehow manages to turn the accent into a performance of a lifetime. As we get deeper into the film, everything goes wrong, right? The diamond goes missing. Everyone's chasing after it, and no one knows who's playing who. Everyone's getting paranoid. The more you watch, you realize how out of control things are getting. And the characters are wild, and every scene is just packed with tension. And the beautiful part is, you can almost actually logically see why everything goes wrong so stupidly. And that's what makes it funny. It's not insanely over the top, but you could actually see things like this happen to a degree in real life. And then, you got Vinnie Jones, Frankie Four Fingers by Benicio del Toro, their own little level of chaos to the mix. The plot, it's thick with double crosses, twists, and unpredictable gangsters you'll ever meet. And let me just say this, the comedic timing in this film is perfection. Every character has their moment, and they don't just deliver their lines, they own them, man. And from the way they speak and interact with each other, this movie has chemistry that makes it just stand out. And each line, the most ridiculous ones, are just delivered perfectly, and it works. And now here's where Snatch goes full throttle, baby. The climax of this film. It's madness. I won't spoil anything, don't worry. But let's just say when the action peaks, it's like a wild game of chess with a ton of swearing, fistfights, and insane characters. The tension rises to a point where you just don't know who's coming out on top. You really don't. And it's the diamond. Is it going to fall into the right hands? Is it going to fall into the wrong hands? And will Mickey and his bandits pull off the impossible? Will anyone make it out alive? I mean, all I can say is you won't see it coming. No way. And this is the part where everything comes crashing together in a moment that leave you kind of holy hell and laughing at the exact same time. So let's finish it off today, guys. Why should everybody watch Snatch? Well, it is just absolutely hilarious. The humor, it's sharp, the characters are unforgettable, and the plot is like a roller coaster that never lets you up. You've got Brad Pitt doing the most insane Irish accent, delivering some of the most funniest lines you'll hear, and you will understand him to a degree here. It's a movie that's impossible not to love. Whether you're a guy or a girl, Brad Pitt fan or not, you'll find something to love about this film. It's a classic, and if you just haven't seen it yet, what the hell are you waiting for, lads? Get up with a few beers, get the cocktails out, get the wine flowing. This is one of the movies you can watch over and over again and never get bored. And if you haven't seen it, we'll get to it. And you know what? I've been talking about it and getting so emotional right now, passionate about it. I'm actually going to go home tonight, and I'm being serious. I'm going to go home and watch this tonight. Snatch, it's a masterpiece.
Peter.
Wow.